Lord of the Rings and card/board games go together hand in hand. Some of my favourite games in the past few years. I absolutely love Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle-earth. We are going to be doing some solo games of this. I was hoping to get the expansion Allies that's just come out. Unfortunately, I can't find it here in China just yet. And Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring trick-taking game. Absolutely love this. This will definitely be coming around the channel as well. I'm considering a few different type of runs and then challenge runs. These are some of my favourite games. Now, last year, there was another Lord of the Rings movie that came out. That was Lord of the Rings War of the Rohirrim, which I think is massively underrated. It's genuinely one of my favourite films of all time. I love the cast, the animation, story, obviously the world in Rohan. And I thought, why don't I put together a card game? So I designed and created this card game. You don't need any of these cards to actually play it, but I thought, let's make it. Let's design the cards. I designed the cards using only screenshots from the movie, so I'm not going to distribute these. Obviously, all of the movie is copyrighted for Warner Brothers Animation or whoever it is. But we've got rule cards, we've got our story cards, we've got scorecards, and we've got field cards. You don't need any of these to play, you just need a standard deck of playing cards. I just wanted to have it look a little bit cooler, give it the ambience, the playmat, using the cards as a playmat as well. I have the rules set out here. So, yeah, some of these cards go together in terms of looking which goes where. This one, this one, this one. This one, so we've got the throne room and other things. I'm really happy with the way that these turned out. I think I'm quite happy with the game as well. I haven't had many chances to play it, but these arrived actually about a week and a half, 10 days ago, and I've been waiting for something else to play with them with. We're going to go over the rules and go through a playthrough as well. The other thing we've been waiting for has been the King's Wild Lord of the Rings Two Towers luxury playing cards, illustrated by Jackson Robinson. I've been waiting for these to arrive. Obviously, you can get the whole set. I decided just to get the Two Towers because I do travel around in terms of I don't have a home year by year. If I did, maybe I'd get all three and just have them set out. Do look like the books, which is very lovely. I've got the foiled set, and yeah, box is pretty beautiful. I decided to go for Two Towers because it's my favourite of the books, it's my favourite of the movies. The extended edition is my favourite movie of all time. There are moments in it which I have tattooed on my arm. Two Towers is absolutely legendary, it's my favourite, and it thematically goes with my game. And you'll see why, because our heart suit belongs to certain something. So I'm actually unboxing these for the first time. A little bit difficult to get out of the case. Don't want to damage anything. Very nice box, very luxury. I've got them foiled, and they feel really nice as well. Very slidey. Okay. Got our jokers, which are obviously Grima and Shadowfax. As you can see, the theme is already going to be around Rohan, which is why we went for the War of the Rohan game. We've got the spades as Gandalf, Galadriel and Gimli. Specials. We're going to take these and we're going to set these aside because you actually only need the cards of two suits to play this game. You can play this game one player or two player. It's a tactical card game, a strategy game where you're going through the story of the War of the Rohirrim, and eventually kind of like a campaign tactical game. It's meant for two players, but there are solo play rules with it as well. So in order to do this, we have King Theoden, Eowyn and Eomer. This is going to be one of the suits that we're using for today. So we're going to take these and I'm going to set these to the side. I'm going to be playing as Hearts. We've got Treebeard, I can't remember the name of this end, and then Merry and Pippin as our diamonds. And then the other set we're going to play with, Saruman, Shelob, which is obviously in the movies, the third movie, but it's in the Two Towers for the books, and Smeagol. This is going to be the other set that we're playing with. Going towards Ace, you can see all of these. The second Ent is called Fimbrethiel. Beautiful card backs. Beautiful cards. Here's a cover card. And yeah, I think these are the only cards we need. We don't need the jokers. We are going to use these later on, so I'm going to keep these to the side. But in terms of actually playing, you only need one suit of cards, and this will be your deck that you're using for the campaign. So I'm going to set these to the side here, and we'll set up our game. So we've got some rules cards. We're going to come to these. And then we have our chapter cards. So starting with chapter 1, work through each chapter. Each player will play a single suit of cards, ace through king. So I've got my suit of cards. I'm going to be playing as Hera and the Rohirrim here. And then the clubs will be the hill tribes of Middle-earth as well. So this would be, you would choose one of the two. If you were going to be playing two-player, you can choose whichever side you want if you're playing solo play. There is a little bit of asymmetry in some of the game modes, but in most of the time it's fine. Before starting chapter 5, each player must swap out cards according to how many rounds they failed, which is a lost duel or battle or a failed chase objective. So there are 3 modes of play, and there are, I think, how many rounds? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 rounds of play to go through the campaign. And for each round that you lose, you need to swap out a random card to a neutral suit before chapter 5. We'll go over why this is important, but this is essentially to keep the game going through in all of its time. And then there's the solo play rules on the back. I've got the rules for each game mode. The chase one also has a little playmat attached to it. The backs of these cards also go together to be another scene from the throne room. And these are there. So, starting with chapter 1, what happens? An unexpected Wittan. So, Hera returns to Edoras to find a Wittan has been called between Lord Freka. Under the guise of an offer of peace and marriage by Lord Freka's son Wolf, Helm Hammerhand rails against the true intention of the seizing of his throne through the deaths of his children. A hand-to-hand duel between the two fierce fathers is called. So that's chapter 1. And our event is going to be a duel between Helm Hammerhand and Lord Freka. So the cards do have scorecards. I'm going to be using these dice to keep track of the scores. So you don't need these, but I have these to keep track of the health points of our things. You don't need them, but I think they're quite useful. So we're currently on chapter 1, event 1. Let's put that up here. Okay. These cards will be used later. You don't need any of the jokers or other things. Let's just put that here. I'll be using these cards, and we'll have our 2 scorecards, Helm and Freka. So I'm going to have both of these start with 12 health. So I'm just going to use 2 6s here and 2 6s here. Okay, so we've got a duel between Helm, Hammerhand, and Targ, and Lord Freka, sorry. So these are our 2 scorecards. We've got our rules cards and we've got field cards. So a duel. For the duel, you need to set the king aside and shuffle the other 12 cards in your hand. So the kings get played into the middle, and then we need to shuffle the other 12 cards in the hand. These cards are pretty beautiful. Look at that. Okay. When it's sufficiently shuffled, what you're going to do is you're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you've got 2 sets of 6 cards. this is going to be played over essentially a number of rounds. You can only use one set at a time. You do the same for the hill tribes. So we've got the Rohirrim on the left and the hill tribes on the right. Okay, when you feel like they're shuffled, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the top. They can go over here. Okay, and then we can set up our dual sides. So the hill tribes are over here. So we're going to go guard, attack, and maneuver. Okay, let's take out these rule cards and set them here. I think this would be the best way to set it up. And then guard. Yep. Attack and maneuver. So for the duel, you can only use one set of these cards. So I'm going to use 6 of these cards. When set 1 is completely discarded, play with set 2 and then move back and forth. Each round you can play 3 cards. I'll play 1 into maneuver, 1 into attack, and 1 into guard. King has 12 HP, and a HP can be tracked using 2 dice on the character cards. Depending on which card I play in each place, the kings with maneuver might change their angle of attack. Okay. Then I will attack either high, middle, or low, depending on the card that I play in here, and then guard high, middle, or low. If my guard matches the opponent's attack, I don't take any damage. If the guard doesn't match the attack, then depending on the orientation of these cards, I'll take some damage. If the cards are parallel in any way, depending on how they've decided to maneuver, then you lose 1 health. So if I'm attacking, and we would move down to 11 health. If the kings are at 45 degrees from each other in any way, like this, then you'll deal 2 damage. If the cards are perpendicular, then you'll take 3 damage, or you'll deal 3 damage if you manage to attack those places. So that's how a duel works. So we're going to have a duel between Helm, Hammerhand, and Freka. In order for solo play with a duel, you'll shuffle the opposing suit and separate into the 2 sets. Play the top 3 cards as random. So instead of someone choosing which cards to use, they're going to be played randomly. And that's our duel. So this is going to be my first set, and these are going to be my cards. So ace through 4 would be our low cards. So that would be attacking low or staying still for the maneuver, or guarding low. 5 through 8 is for the middle. So either I do a 45-degree turn, or I attack middle / guard middle. And then 9 through queen is to maneuver 90 degrees, always moving clockwise, or attack high, guard high. So that's our duel. So with these, 9 jack would be high, ace 4 would be low, and 5 7 would be middle. Okay. For the other group, because I'm playing solo, we're just going to take our first set and deal 3 cards face down into here. And then I can select my cards. So I've got 2 of each. I might as well just play 1 of each. I think staying still might be a good idea for the beginning. And then let's attack middle and guard high. That way we have a guard for each of the positions, low, middle, and high coming up. Okay, so that's going to be my 3. This is going to be the 3 that you're playing with. Okay, so first off, we're going to maneuver. So both of them move at the same time. Okay, so I'm maneuvering high, they're maneuvering high. So we change 90 degrees both, so we're currently parallel. So if we deal damage, we're only going to deal 1 damage. They attack low, I attack middle. I guard low, so their attack doesn't deal any damage to me. If they don't guard middle, then I get to do 1 damage to them. They do guard middle, so nothing happens. Yes, also the aces are very cool. Got Glamdring for the Ace of Hearts. So these 3 then get discarded. I can't play with these 3. I have 3 cards left to play with in the second round. Okay, so I know that their set 1 has middle, low, and high, so they're probably likely to have similar in the second. So once again, guard, attack, and duel. And I can choose 3 cards to go here. I want to, I think, stay still. I'm going to maneuver still. Then I'm going to attack high and guard middle. So we both maneuver first. They stay still and we stay still. So we're still parallel, which is 1. I attack high, they attack high. They guard middle and I guard middle. So both of us attack high and guard middle, so both of us hit. We're currently only dealing 1 damage to each. So I'm going to tick down to 11 health here. And I'm going to tick down to 11 health here as well. Okay, so we're on 11 health, they're on 11 health. These 3 cards get discarded. So set 1 is finished. So I'm going to take the other set of cards that we set aside at the beginning. And these are going to be my hand. 1, 2, 3, get discarded, and then they play with these 6. They play, I didn't see that, they're 3 here, and then I'm going to play with my 3 here, and I get to choose. So here I have 2 high, 2 low, and 2 middle. Let us maneuver, I think, middle. I'm going to attack high. I'm going to guard low. That's what's going to happen. Okay, so we both maneuver. I maneuver middle, they maneuver middle. So that's a 45-degree turn for both of us, which means we're still parallel. We're still only dealing 1 damage. They attack low. I attack high. I guard low, so I block their attack. And they guard low. So I'm currently dealing 1 damage to them. So now they're on to 10 health, and I'm on 11. These 3 cards get set to the side, and these 3 cards get set to the side. Okay. So, I think here, let's stay still and hope that they maneuver. Let's attack middle, because I don't think they have many middles left, and let's guard high. So maneuver high, stay still, so they move 90 degrees. So now we're perpendicular, so if we deal any damage, it's going to be 3 damage. They attack middle. I attack middle, so I could have guard middle there. They guard high, so I do deal 3 damage to them, and I guard high, so they deal 3 damage to me. So I'm now down from 11 to 8, and they're down from 10 to 7. Where's the one? Here. Cool. These 3 cards get to the side, and then I return back to set 1. Cool. So this was set 1. This is going to be my hand. This is going to be the opponent's hand. Currently perpendicular. Again, I've got 2 high, 2 middle, and 2 low. Luckily, sometimes you might end up with more or less. It just happens that it's turned out similar. Let's go a low guard. It's good to keep 1 of each. Let's maneuver high, and let's attack middle. Okay. So, then I'm going to use their 3 cards. We're both going to maneuver. They're going to stay still. I'm going to go high, so I go 90 degrees. So now we're parallel. so we're going to deal 1 damage. I attack high, they attack middle. They guard middle, so I don't deal any damage to them, and I guard low, so they deal 1 damage to me. So we're currently on 1 and 1 and 1. I know that this set has 2 of each. They've used 1 middle, 1 high, and 1 low, so they've got all of those remaining, 1 of each remaining. I also have 1 of each remaining, so there's not a lot of tactical here, just apart from maybe what they want to do. But obviously against solo play, just so that there is a solo mode, there is a little bit less tactical ability because you're not really working against the other person because it's random. Let's go for a full-out attack by moving 90 degrees, attacking low and guarding middle. We maneuver, so they maneuver middle, so they go 1 and I go 90 degrees. So currently we're at 45 degrees from each other, so we'll deal 2 damage if we hit. They guard low, they attack low, I attack low, and they guard high, I guard middle. So both of us deal 2 damage to each other. So we're both on 5 damage, 5 health left. Okay, 3 cards get set to the side, and we can move on to set 2. Wow, these cards are beautiful. Move on to set 2. Good. So I know that they have 1 of each, so let's just see what they do on this turn and then go from there. It's helpful for me to have 1 of each remaining in my hand, depending on what they do. For example, if they use both of their lows here, then that's going to happen. I should actually shuffle them between each set, honestly. Okay. Right. So I'm going to guard, attack, and maneuver. I'm just going to use 1 of each, so let's take our middle, high, and low, and let's maneuver middle, let's attack high, and let's guard low. Wow, look at these cards. Okay, maneuver. They maneuver high, so they go 90 degrees. I go on more, so we're back to dealing 2 damage. So we're at 45 degrees. I attack high, they attack high. They guard low, so they've used 2 highs here, so I know that they don't have any highs. So I'm free to attack high in my next turn. And I guard low. So both of us deal 2 damage to each other. We're both down to 3 health. Okay. So I know that they're not attacking high, and I know that they're not able to guard high. So 1, 2, 3. So I can be free to attack high. They used a low as well, so they have 2 middles, I think, left. So let's guard middle, because there's likely to be attack middle here, and let's just stay still. So they're 3, 2, 3. So they maneuver middle, which means they move 1. I don't move at all, so we're currently only dealing 1 damage. They attack middle. I guard middle, so their attack does nothing. I attack high, knowing they can't defend high, and I deal 1 damage. So they're currently on 2 health. Good. Set 2 is finished. Set these to the side. And then take out set 1. Give the opponents a shuffle. Okay. And let's draw theirs. I know they have 2 of each, so each one is as likely as the other. But I might as well just go hard and try to... If I move 90, there's a good chance I'm going to be dealing 2 damage. There's more of a chance, I think, to deal 2 damage if I move 90. I think. I don't know. So I'm going to go high. I'm also going to attack high and guard low. I don't know if it's quite right to do what I'm doing, but let's go for a play. So I maneuver high, which means I move 90. They maneuver middle, so that means that we are dealing 2 damage. So I can defeat them in this turn. They can't defeat me in this turn. They attack high. I attack high. They guard middle, and I guard low. So everyone deals 2 damage to each other. So I go down to 1 health. And Helm Hammerhand has defeated Freka. So this is chapter 1, the first event. Chapter 1 finished is just this duel. All of the other chapters have 2 battles in each. But right now, before chapter 5, the hill tribes are going to have to change out 1 card in their hand, which is very nice to know. So that is chapter 1. We'll finish there. We've had a good explanation, a good look at our cards, our beautiful cards, both the ones that we've made and the ones made by King's Wild for the 2 towers. And yeah, I think we'll stop this one here and we'll move on to the next chapter in another video. So, see you there.